Hello everyone, I am Dr. Sumit Agarwal and today in this short video I am going to demonstrate how to place an implant in the tuberopterygoid region and also in the anterior maxilla using the nasal cortical anchorage. So if you can just come close, I want to show you that I am having this stereo lithographic model which is 3D printed of a patient where we should at first identify the anatomical landmarks in order to understand that how we are going to place the implant or how to do the drilling. So in the landmarks you can see in the posterior part of the maxilla, this is your maxillary tuberosity. Just behind the maxillary tuberosity you have the humulus notch. Now as you go backward there are two wings, as you can see. This is the medial wing and this is the lateral wing. Now this lateral wing and medial wing of the sphenoid bone, they need to be identified. Now the most prominent part on this medial wing is called the hamular process. So once we identify the hamular process, we are good to go in that particular case. So we have to, in the patient's mouth, we have to keep one finger in the palatal side just like this on the hamular notch so as to know that where our tuberopterygoid implant direction is going to be. So as discussed in the seminar or in the presentation, that the implant direction will be posterior-inferiorly, that is it will go upward, inward, backward. So from where we start, so the starting point of placing a tuberopterygoid is 10 mm anterior to from the humulus notch. So if this is the humulus notch, we come approximately 10 mm forward. So this is going to be, and if we divide this ridge into three parts, then it is going to be slightly buccal. So this can be a good starting point for placing a tuberopterygoid implant. So in this there are two axes. One is the buccopalatal axis and one is the anteroposterior axis. So normally if we are, this 10 mm is roughly the distalmost part of your second molar. So from here we are going to go upward, inward, backward. So approximately at an angle of around 45 to 65 degrees, which may vary in different cases as per the anatomy. So what we do over here is we just need to palpate this hamular notch and we just need to know the starting point. So once the starting point is known, we should know that where we want to exit. So through this maxillary tuberosity, we want to traverse the maxillary tuberosity, reach the pyramidal process of the palatine bone which is in between, and then finally reach this particular area. This marked area is actually known as the pterygoid apophysis. This pyramidal bone and the pterygoid apophysis is actually the dense bone where we want to engage the tuberopterygoid implant. So let us just start with the drilling part. So here I am having this pair drill which you can keep it at this point. Now alternatively in the patient's mouth you can use directly a C finder, which is an osteotome, which is an exclusive instrument for doing tuberopterygoid implant. So however this model is denser, so in the patients you will find the bone to be quite soft because this is of D3 or D4 quality. So just come close and just see that how we are going to start the drilling. So as you can see, if this is 90 degree, anteroposterior axis will be roughly 75, or we are targeting this area, the colored portion which is in between these two plates. So over here if we have to go, we need to go from buccal to palatal like this. Over here from this starting point we are going to follow a buccopalatal and anteroposterior inclination in such a way that from this starting point we land up in the pterygoid apophysis area, which is the dense part. So over here we will start the drilling in this manner. There. So as you can see in this picture, our drill has perforated the pterygoid apophysis which is towards the medial plate. Okay, so this is the denser part where we want to land. So starting point is 10 mm away roughly from the humulus notch, and this is the drill which you can see perforating. Now once that is done, we are going to take the twist drill as in this model because this is quite dense, as I have already told you. In the patient you will just require one twist drill like this. I'm going to slightly drill more because otherwise I will not be able. In the patient, extra drilling is not required. Directly you can place the implant. So let me just improve or enlarge your shortening. So you can see my direction is that it is going buccopalatal, from buccal to palatal it is going, as well as you also notice that there is a anteroposterior inclination. You see this? This is not directly 90. It is in this direction. Okay. Now, however, this angle can be 45 in some cases. It can be 65. It can be 75. So don't follow any particular inclination. You just need to follow